All right, so we are live and welcome everyone to this week's Wi-Fi Wednesday. My name is Kevin Z. I am founder and CEO of My Wi-Fi Networks, and we meet here on Zoom and live in the Facebook group each and every week to talk about your questions and talk about social Wi-Fi marketing in different ways and angles to monetize that. We have a live Q&A at the end of today's call. And as we do every week, we talk about some cool things that we've developed. But let's just get started because I know you guys are waiting and your time is important. So right into this week, I want to welcome all the new members. So welcome everybody. I see some people already asking, where can I get support? I have some questions. You can definitely ask me sales and marketing oriented questions. But if you have a question, chat with our support team. WiFiSupportDesk.com. I assure you that you're going to get your answers by searching likely first. So make sure you search that resource. I will go over here and show you. Here we go. Unable to stream video live on Facebook. Whatever. That's all good. I will post this recording when we're done. But here on the support section, anything you're looking for. So let's see, TripAdvisor. Whatever it is, like we likely have a video and a walkthrough step-by-step on how to do this. This is specifically, I'm specifically speaking to those who are setting up cloud controllers, for example, if you're working with OpenMesh. And you say, hey, I need help. All of a sudden you want to talk to support to set up your cloud tracks before you even just search for it. We've had a couple instances of this, not going to call anyone out, but anyone who can go through this, it's really step-by-step and really make sure that you go through step 1, step 2, step 3. Like, I don't want to really make it seem too simple, but it really is. And don't turn on or turn off any switches that we do not recommend. So experimenting is not recommended, especially if you don't know, you're not familiar with the platform. Make sure you go through these steps. That is only obviously if you're setting up an OpenMesh network or Meraki or Aruba. We have step-by-step instructions for everything. If you don't know how to do this, you've never done this before, and you have a client or you want to sell a client that this is required, and you don't want to get your hands dirty, that's not something we do. So we don't necessarily will get somebody on the phone to set up this for you. We're the social Wi-Fi provider where we don't set up networks. So we always recommend, and I get this question a lot, those who have any networking questions or who want somebody, hey, how many access points do I need for this location? Or how do I integrate cloud tracks at this location that's being managed by somebody else? My recommendation is always go out there and find a local networking partner. What I mean by that is just go in your area, go on Google, type in OpenMesh Tennessee or wherever you're located, and see if there's any licensed networking pros that set up networks for a living. Like imagine they spend their day and night thinking about how to set up access points. You shouldn't try to enter that world. You should call them and say, hey, how would you like a bunch of referrals? I'll get 25% of the leads that I'll refer to you, and I'll have you as the person who installs my networks. And all of a sudden there's a huge weight off your shoulders. I'm speaking from myself. As soon as I outsourced things that were too technical for me and handed it off to somebody else, that's when you're able to really focus on sales and marketing and all this stuff. If this is like a foreign language to you, don't worry. Don't worry about this. Through support, go get that article, send it to a local networking pro, and they'll be happy to help you. I assure you with that. So that being said, any other questions for me specifically I can get to at the end of the call, but we ran some updates, nothing entirely new for this week, but we did run some updates last week that I'll recap again. So we changed the way that we fetch Twilio numbers. Twilio is required for sending SMS notifications and for SMS login. So what you do is over here, you add your Twilio API credentials, you find them in your Twilio account, you paste them right in, and then later you fetch that phone number so you don't have to copy the phone number. You can go into Twilio and create new numbers as you go for new clients, and then you just go in here and refresh by clicking fetch phone numbers, and everything will be in your account, and then you just select that one when you want somebody to log in with SMS. You also select that directly in the automation section. We also made a update to Zapier, and I will run through this momentarily. Actually, let me just run through it now. I'll go through the dashboard and show you guys how to use Zapier. I have a lot of people, actually those specifically to the partners in the automation class. We were waiting for some updates, like I mentioned, that we just recently finished. So I'm going to show you actually what those are right over here. At the same time, let me actually get into another account over here. At the same time, I'm going to show you how to set up these pretty advanced automations using Zapier to run a whole bunch of really awesome stuff. So I'm going to log into my white label over here. And you'll see over here, I'm just zooming in. This menu is where you access everything, those who are new. What you first want to do is go to integrations. And specifically for Twilio, I can show you what this looks like here. So I have my account SID and token, and then if I add new phone numbers, I fetch them, and this number is now shown here. So what can I do with that phone number? I can go over here to the automation section. I can create a new automation. So here, what I'm going to do is call this test automation, SMS hello. And here you can do it when a user connects. That means when they first connect to the Wi-Fi, literally when they log in. When they disconnect, that means when they have left the network or they're no longer using Wi-Fi, they've either timed out or their session is over or they've left, so they're no longer connected. If they're inactive, what this means is if that person visits, that we timestamp that visit, and then if they're inactive, which means they have not returned for X amount of days. So we'll use this because it's a really nice, we want you back or welcome back or we want you back kind of a promo or buy one, get one free promo. Just, you don't want to necessarily say, hey, it's been a while, come back. That's a little desperate. But you can say something like, hey, buy one, get one free or 25% off this week only. And that's only sent to people who haven't been back in a while. You don't need to offer a comeback discount to people who come back all the time. So here you can set that to inactive. And here, depending on your business, you want to set up different things. So if it's a hairstylist, you don't need to come every 2 days. You can set that to be much longer. Let's say 30 days. If you are a burrito place that you might expect somebody to come once a week, you can say, hey, if that person does not come back for 7 days, and you can do this every time they don't return for 7 days, or just do it one time. In this case, we'll do it once. You choose your location or your campaign. So here I'm going to use one of my campaigns that I've set up. And then I use the SMS feature. I choose the Twilio account that I've added. I then have my phone number that I choose from a drop-down list. And now I enter the body, say, hey, why come back for 25% off this week only. Whatever you'd like, obviously, there, and then click on save. And just by doing that, literally every time a customer comes to that location and they have not returned for 7 days, as we said over here, they're going to get an SMS message from your Twilio number that you can also set up to receive SMS, receive phone numbers, redirect phone numbers, all that stuff. You can do this as a one-time message. Now, separately, let's say you did not want to do Twilio. Let's say you wanted to use another SMS tool that is integrated with Zapier. So what you would do here is we'll call this the Zapier new field test. When they connect, let's say when somebody connects in real time, we want to always send this. This is a little different application. Let's say, forget the SMS. Let's say I want to save phone numbers. Okay, so this isn't as much sending SMS number to somebody. Let's say I just want to save this phone number in Google Docs. Whatever I want to do, essentially. Zapier allows you to do that. So here I'm going to go to Zapier. And you see over here, you choose your integration. Now you create a new Zap. We'll use maybe this example, the one I just gave about adding users to a Google spreadsheet. Or you can add users to a drip sequence or anything else. You can enter through this method. And then separately, I'll show you another method in a second. And this is kind of the beginning of the automation class that I'm going to be teaching. Just want to give a little tease to those who maybe haven't joined it or those who are waiting for it. This is the kind of stuff I'm going to be showing. So let's say I want to create this Zap where I want to add users to a Google spreadsheet. So I'll just simply click on that. I'm going to get a pop-up over here from Zapier. It's going to tell me, hey, this is what it's going to do. Anytime somebody connects to our social Wi-Fi network, Zapier is going to add that user to a row in my spreadsheet. Okay, so I'll click on Create Zap. The cool thing about using these recipes is that everything has been mapped up already. There's nothing else for you to do over here. So if I wanted to just add all leads directly, and that's every time a user logs in, continue, and I want to use this account, I can test it. Now, a cool thing that we did here as well is, let me just go up here and go to the screen. So your app secret key, it can be found in your branding section, but we also put it over here. The reason is, in Zapier, when you use Zapier the first time, it's going to ask you, let's say the first time you're going to not have an account here, you're going to have to click on Connect Account. And you're going to get a pop-up that's going to ask you for your My Wi-Fi Network's API key, as you'll see in a second. As soon as Zapier decides, hold on, let me refresh that page. So here it asks you for your, My Wi-Fi Networks wants to access your account. So it's going to has a field for a secret key. So instead of you going back to the branding section and all around, you just go back over here, click on copy. Just click on that icon over there, Then as soon as you go back to over here, you click on paste, and that is all pasted in there. And then essentially that allows you to add that app directly. So you can go over here and add that app directly into the app. Once it's over here, it's all good. Then you click on continue. You can name this, so I can call it Google Sheets, add new user. And it's good. Over here, it's going to ask for some samples. It's going to try to load some samples. And here it pulls some samples over here. So this is a bunch of information that we can pull up. And obviously, this is going to have one of your users that have recently connected. It's going to use that as a sample. And then you're going to over here connect a row in Google Sheets. Here again, I'm going to connect an account. So it's going to hop over here to Zapier. It's going to ask me to connect one of my accounts here. So Zapier wants to access all my my Drive, basically my Google Drive files, which will allow it ultimately to create a spreadsheet. Here I've added my account. I can test it. It is all good. Save and continue. And then I choose exactly which spreadsheet I want to add it to. So let's say I wanted to add it to this spreadsheet, and I wanted to add it to this specific worksheet. Now, typically you usually want to have a spreadsheet set up already. I just picked a random one to show you quickly. And then you can over here add additional information if you want to add other stuff that you pulled. Here, we're just going to add it to this worksheet inside this spreadsheet. Simple as that. Click on continue. And you can go here and actually test it. I'm not going to test it because this is another sheet that I have. So we're not going to do that over there. You can just skip the test. And in fact, let me actually show you, instead of skipping this test, I'm going to create a new sheet and show you how this works, just so you guys can get the full idea. So I go into Google Sheets. I create the sheet first that I want to drop it into. We're going to go here and rename the sheet to test sheet. All right, so that's all I'm doing. And I have sheet 1 inside test sheet. So I want to add all the new users over here into these rows. I'm going to go back, and actually I can go back and edit this. So if I click on the icon, it's going to ask me again, hey, which row do I want to put this into? I don't want to choose that anymore. Because I've added a new one recently, it's actually over here. So, Zapier is good about that. It pulls and it queries the new items every time. So here I want to inside test sheet in sheet 1. So that's what I just created. There we are. And I'm going to click on refresh fields. And here I might need to set up a spreadsheet. Yep, I have to set up over here, and it tells you exactly what you want to have. So you want your emails, last name, first name, however you want to map things up, because it needs something to map to. So I'm going to actually reopen that for a second and show you guys how I'm going to do that. So inside my test sheet, can't just leave it blank, as I'm seeing over here. I have to add my first name. And you can obviously have as many columns as you want information saved. We'll just do first name, last name, and email for the purpose of this sheet over here. Now this auto saves, so that's all pretty cool. I'm going to go back here and go right back to my Zap. I'm going to refresh these fields, and here we go. It pulls out these fields. Now it's first name, last name, and email. So it takes the column, the first item in the column, and pulls them up. Now I match this up. So I want my first name to match with first name. I want my last name to match with last name, and I want my email to match with the email. Okay, here we didn't have first name and last name. This user just connected by email straight up. So what I'm going to do is click on continue, and then send test to Google Sheets. Everything has been tested. I go back, and boom, like magic, I have that email now inside my Google Sheet. Okay, that's one example of Zapier. I'm done. I click finish. Then I can save this in a folder. Those who have access to, who are signed up for the Automation Masterclass, you have a free Zapier account. So put them into your own folders, and we are soon going to have some shared folders that if you create a cool Zap you want to share with everybody else, you can clone it and then put it into that folder to share with us. Okay, so that is done. I can now see it on my dashboard. So that's obviously all on Zapier, and I'm going to leave here. And cool thing is that when I go back over here, I created that new Zap. That's all good. I click on save, and now that has been set up. Actually, this is different because I set it up separately, but it is all there. All right. So another thing I want to show you guys is if you start it from Zapier itself. Now, we have some recipes on Zapier, which is great. But if you wanted to do a new Zap and you didn't want to use our automation tool, you didn't want to go in through there, and you actually just wanted to go directly through Zapier and manage everything in Zapier itself, You can do a whole bunch of really, really cool things just by going directly through here. So this is not using our automation tool. This is Zapier, no automation tool, for example. So what I want to do here is I need a trigger in an action. So those who watched the automation masterclass, we had that inside of the members area. Inside the members, you can search for automation, you'll find it. I told show you how to set this up basically, but here what you can do is search for My Wi-Fi Networks. Okay, so you find our app over here. It's a registered app on Zapier. So you can choose whenever a guest connects to a device. So this is your actual access point as set up when they connect to a campaign or a location. So this makes it very flexible to figure out, bucket users on how you want to remarket to them or do whatever you want to do with them. So here I want to do when new users connect to a location, for example. And here I will test this account. Cool, and continue. Now it's going to ask me which location do I want. It's going to actually pull this up from my real account. So I have, the White House. If you guys saw my demo, I've set this up before. So this is the White House location. So I'm setting up a rule over here that, and here I can pull some samples as well. So you can see guest A sample, guest B sample. So just in case I wanted to see some other different users and how everything matches up and what kind of data I get, just to show you here, I get the social network type is custom user, which means email. They use like the email login. I get the first name, I get a last name, wasn't provided. I get a device type, location, full name, operating system, and email. This is obviously test data that we set up. This is just a little office network we have. So I'm going to use this. That looks good. And then I'm going to choose what I want to do with that data. Now, just like literally anything you can think of is here. I kid you not. There are over 1,095 different integrations that you can run. So let's say I have that user data, and somebody give me an example, let's say in the chat, of a tool that you've used or you currently use in your marketing, for local marketing or for your clients. Let's say, I don't want to choose the example. I can choose one if you want, but maybe I can make this more specific to what you guys use. So Hootsuite. Yep, I can look for Hootsuite. So I can schedule a message. This might not be the best. I mean, I could schedule a message to post live on my, hey, the new user connected. I mean, I don't necessarily think I want to do that. But for example, you could choose Hootsuite. You could have a message scheduled every time somebody connected to your location. Okay. Another thing that some users like, there's pushover, which is actually just a little SMS notification service. So if you wanted to send a push notification to the business owner every time somebody connected or did something on their system, you could do that. If you wanted to, let's say, invite somebody to a webinar, imagine that. You can create a registrant. So here, I can literally say when somebody connects to my location, automatically register them for a webinar. I can choose my upcoming webinars and go from there. Okay, I can also, let's say, Base, or Base is a CRM for those who don't know. So let's say I wanted to create a new lead in my CRM every time somebody connected to my location. So I can click on new lead, save and continue. And this is on Base. Like, not a lot of people use Base, at least that I know. I know they have, 80,000 users or something like that. So a lot of people do use it, and your clients might use it. So that's why we've integrated with a tool like Zapier, because now, as you can see all these optional fields, the only field that is required, actually not even email is required, but I match all these up. So whatever I'm getting over here, so I have my email over there. I can match up my first name. I can match up my last name. I have other information here, like my primary phone number. So if I did have that, I always recommend, plug in whatever we have right in here. So let's say phone number is a field. We're going to map phone to phone, even mobile number, actually. So I would actually move that here, because mobile number is what we're getting, because we're doing the SMS verification. So this in your CRM will allow you to do SMS messages to clients later. If I wanted to pull up any other data, let's see what else we have. So I can actually go over here. I see I have, make this bigger for you guys if I can. So yeah, first name, last name, email, gender, phone, operating system, birth date, device. So if we know that we have their cell phone, you can do an automated message for that. But most people have an email, so I recommend really just putting in first name, last name, email, and phone number over here. Click on continue. I can send it to Base, or I'll skip this test over here. and then finish. And now, in a couple seconds, I've now set up an automation that every time a new user connects to the White House, automatically add them to my base CRM as a lead. And another cool thing that you can do over here is I'm sure that they have a tag system. If not, you can actually add a tag. I don't know if Base has it, but I can show you here quickly with a thing like ActiveCampaign. I know a lot of marketers use ActiveCampaign, so we'll use this as an example as well. So let's say you're running it for your client and you wanted to create or update a contact every time somebody connected to their location. I highly recommend doing this as well, just to mention if you're doing any kind of email marketing, build a list offline. So outside of our system, build your own CRM list, such as in my Wi-Fi here, I'm going to use this and use this account. So I have every time a user connects to this location, add them to a list on ActiveCampaign. So here I can add them to whatever list I want. I can also map up my email address, map up my first name, my last name. I can just show you really how quick it is. It's just connecting the dots, last name to last name, first name to first name. And then here, let me look for mobile. I like searching to get it fast. So here, phone number can be used with our SMS feature. I mean, how awesome is that? I click here, look up the field. I go down, I map phone to phone. So now here is actually what I want to show you is the tags. So I can also add tags. So if I wanted to do a tag like connected, White House, and then also, connected Wi-Fi. These are tags that could later be used to trigger automations. And even better than that, I believe that there is a way to plug in the automation. I clicked on refresh by accident, so sorry about that. But you guys get the point. You could really do some amazing things with Zapier and with these tools to be able to integrate everything into our system. It's one of the benefits of our system, taking that data and then freely moving it and doing marketing outside of our system with that. So that being said, we have cool things such as birth date, phone number, gender, device type, full name, first name, last name separated or full name together, email, all that stuff now coming in through an automation that you could use to automate your business. So we also recently launched Unify, the Unify update last week. We've had a bunch of people actually use it successfully, so that is great news. So we were super excited to work with Unify and also OpenMesh and Aruba. Everything is great. I also actually have a way to get at least 10% off OpenMesh hardware. If you are interested in purchasing OpenMesh hardware at a 10% discount, send a message to support and just say that you are interested in an OpenMesh discount. And we will look to get you under our umbrella. And then you basically can get devices drop shipped to you and save at least 10% on that. So again, to recap, those who are new, make sure you are properly going through the sales process. I'm definitely going to do another crash course on sales. But if you haven't yet, make sure you watch the 30-day Wi-Fi challenge. It goes through at the high level of what you need to do immediately to get started. So the stuff that you need to kind of get your first client, get minimum $300 a month in revenue to keep yourself comfortable growing this business, because beyond that, as you know, the sky's the limit to how big you can grow this, whether people are in your area or outside of your area. There really is no geographical limitation to social Wi-Fi marketing. Also, like I mentioned, you can also see who uses technology like WhatsApp or Square or TripAdvisor. Call those clients, piggyback on top of what they are doing, because I assure you there are huge benefits to you managing their services, giving them more bang for their buck, and also charging them a lot to do that. So make sure you call them, get out there. If it's not yourself, if you're shy on the phone or whatever, like hire a salesperson, but make sure you are broadcasting this and letting everybody know, let the world know that you have social Wi-Fi and you can enable it and turn it on for them. And if they don't turn it on, they are missing out. You need to have some major urgency when you are talking and selling to these clients. All right, that being said, anybody have any questions I can get to now? Questions about the integration course? By that, if you mean the automation, we did a promo previously. It was, if you sign up for an annual plan, I will hook you up with the private automation, the advanced automation training, in addition to getting your Zapier account for free for the entire year as well. If you're interested in that, you can simply upgrade to an annual plan, and we'll still hook you up with the Zapier account access if you'd like. I can show you right over here as I cycle through all these windows. I can show you how to sign up for an account. Give me one sec. So what you want to do is go into your My Account section, go under Plan. Actually, I don't have the right plan over here to show you, but you can upgrade to the annual plan. Let me show you a different view on how to get that, because that's definitely what you want to what you want to upgrade to eventually. If you're interested in Wi-Fi, you get to save. You get 2 months free, so that's a huge thing. I think this account may have it. No, apologies. That's what happens if you don't pay your bill. You get an account locked out over there. On a side note. And my apologies, I'm actually on the wrong portal here. That's the problem with relying sometimes on password managers. I have so many different accounts, and I'm trying to remember which username had the right view, and I just did. So over here, you go into My Account, and you go into your plan section. You're going to notice that we have 3 plans. Obviously, the basic, which gives you access to your one demo device, really nothing else, none of the core features or nothing beyond the core features. So really none of the fun stuff. We have plans for those who are, just growing your business or really want to still run a business and don't, let's say, want to, don't need 100% white label dashboard. They don't need all the automations or the ad server or the paid Wi-Fi, the ability to break down and take payments with Stripe and auth.net and break down free versus paid usage. Don't need the content filter or presence analytics. We have a great plan here for $97 a month. You can manage up to 10 locations, 20 access points. This is more than enough for many businesses for $97 a month. As you know, the legacy that a lot of you are on, you get the $297 and you get all the cool things along with that. But if you do want the automation masterclass, the special training, and the free Zapier access, if you go to an annual plan here and you upgrade and you choose the $3,000 plan, the $29.97, and upgrade to that, it'll prorate the difference based on if you're ready, like you're halfway through the month plan. We'll credit whatever difference that you haven't received yet. And if you upgrade to that, you'll get that directly. And yes, actually, I plan to do a course. Somebody's asking over here if I can do a review of ClickFunnels. Yes, I can. And I highly recommend, if you are interested in ClickFunnels, go to kevinz.net/ClickFunnels. All right, I'm going to share this screen with you guys because using this link, you get a special promo. It's different than signing up directly from ClickFunnels. I'll share this with everybody right now, and that's actually my login. So what you want to do is, the reason why you want to sign up over here is not only will you get all the features included with that, but I'm also going to share some funnels with you guys that you'll be able to import directly into your account when you sign up if you use that link. So if you use that link to sign up, you'll get a whole bunch of stuff and also all the funnels that I'm planning. So if you haven't yet, use that link. And additionally, I'm going to be sharing and doing a little course on how to do that, because it's a great way for you to receive payments, do your landing pages, get your customers excited about Wi-Fi, and then you can use our service, obviously, to sell them and actually, execute on the back end and deploy these networks using our stuff. But the front end, on the marketing side, you can definitely use ClickFunnels. I use it ourselves. We use it for a lot of our landing pages and tools. So we'll teach you how to do some pretty ninja tricks using those 2 systems. So if you haven't yet, please go sign up. The link is kevinz.net/ClickFunnels. And I'll also put a link inside the members area where you guys can use that to sign up, because we have a lot of share funnels that we're going to be releasing soon. You want to make sure you have one of those accounts as well, so that you can use all of our funnels that we bring in and we share with you directly. Question over here from, is there a way to find out what range the present location is? Hold on, you're looking for range for devices or age range? Age range. So what are you trying to segment with the age range? To let you know, not everybody has their age on Facebook. And, I wouldn't necessarily do an automation that's dependent on age, because if you only have, let's say, half the people giving you your age, the half that don't will be left out of your automation. So I don't recommend doing many of those. However, if you want to do it on the back end, if you want to do some kind of lookups or get that age and put it into your CRM and then make different groups customized, that's how you could potentially take advantage of that. But I don't recommend doing like high level on age. Gender is good to do that. Yeah, I can do. I do have some private consulting available if you are interested. It is quite pricey, but if you want me to train your sales team or corporate staff, you definitely will get an ROI on it. So send me a note on support if you're interested in that. All right, any other questions I can get to? Yes, you guys get the name, email. I actually went through that. Let me just pull up the slide again. Somebody's asking about what data you get. So you basically get all this. You get the social networking type, the social network that they use to connect. So it's Facebook, Twitter, Google, whatever that comes in as on the feed. You get the email, first name, last name, the campaign they connected to. So that helps you track what experience they had. Get their birthday in real date format, or just the year sometimes, or just the month and day, depending on what we get from Facebook. You get the gender, the full phone number in proper format, depending on obviously what country code they have. You get the device type that they use, if they're using mobile phone or laptop or tablet. You get their location, so the actual location that they connected to. You get their full name, put instead of first name, last name, both in one field. You get their device, so actually, sorry, your device. So this is the device that people have connected to, so you can name your access points if you know that they connected to the lobby versus the pool, whatever it is. You could segment based on that, and you can also segment based on operating system. So to let you know, email you get for almost everybody if you use Facebook email, etc. First name, last name, you usually get. Birthday, you don't get all the time. Phone number, you don't get all the time. So I don't really recommend doing automations on that, except if you're forcing people to connect with SMS only, then you're obviously going to get everyone's phone number. So that depends on your strategy. Now, you always get operating system and device. You always get location. You always get social networking type. You get the basics that are always there, like the campaign, device, location are always there. The device type, OS, is required to connect. Everything else is kind of variable depending on what people use to connect. Yeah, question about where can I watch the previous Wi-Fi Wednesday sessions? That's a great question. You go inside the Facebook group, facebook.com. On the left, you'll notice you'll have your groups. I recommend you setting this up as a favorite group, the Wi-Fi Marketing Experts group. Over here, there's a link to the video replays, all right? But you can also always get it yourselves through clicking on videos on the left here. And then under videos, you have videos. So they're all listed over here. You'll notice that they're the longer ones, like the 38-minute, 31-minute, 21-minute, 42-minute. So every week I do this. So we're looking to make it maybe shorter and sweeter, maybe making like some 7-minute power sessions where they'll stand out and you can literally like watch a 7-minute video and then take action on a really cool strategy instead of tuning into a 45-minute presentation by me. But they both have their benefits, so I might do both as we move forward. But this is where you find all the recordings, and we are also going to be looking to strip these and put them right into the members area. But for now, Facebook makes it really easy, except today I wasn't able to simulcast. I will upload that recording here very shortly. All right, any other questions I can get to right now? Again, if you have a question for support, please don't post in the Facebook group. Okay, Facebook is not for support or technical questions. It's not, I don't understand why my image is not showing. It's not, things like that. The support Facebook group is not there for that purpose. That's what support is there for. So if you have a question specific to your account, post it there. If you have an idea or a strategy or a marketing angle or some advice you want on something that you've built, something like that, that's what the Facebook group is for. That's for sales and marketing discussions, not for technical solutions. So Kevin, question from another Kevin, who wants to know, you want to offer a basic package that allows the user to view their dashboard, but not download their data. Yes, we can disable the download, I believe, if it's like that. But how you would do that is simply you set up a sub-user. So you go inside your portal, and on the left-hand side, you'll see a section for sub-users. Go over here, click on Add Sub-User. And I can go over here and I can choose exactly what I want my clients to do. I always recommend doing the quick report read only. That means they can't change their campaigns. They can't really screw around with stuff. They can only access their report, and it's a beautiful looking interface with your logo on top. So that's what I recommend for those who are not familiar with what the quick report looks like. I can show you over here what it looks like. So your clients will get access to something that looks like this. And apologies, I don't have a campaign assigned to this one. Look for one that I did have one. Actually, I think this is also a test account, so I don't have the best quick report. But anyways, the quick report is over here where you see your contacts, your reports. Now you're asking, you want to disable the ability for users to download their data. I can look at having that as an option, although not currently available. It's something that we can definitely explore if enough people are looking for that. Question, does Twitter login return the guest email? No, it does not. The Twitter API does not normally give the email. I think you can ask for certain rights to get it, but it's not something that people really use. Twitter's great if you want to build a Twitter following, or if it's a corporate event that really wants to get people's Twitter handles, then that's really what it's used for. Question, what are billing options for clients to pay monthly? We posted it in the area. There's a FreshBooks is good. ClickFunnels is good with Stripe. What I will do is, if you're interested, I can do a session on that maybe next week about how to bill your clients. I can do a little session on all the options that we recommend. But I do have some links posted in the members area. If not, I will make sure to update that list. All right, any other questions I can get to before we sign off over here? All right, I guess not. Thanks everyone for joining us live. I appreciate it. And those who are watching the replay, thank you for watching this long as well. On that note, I'm super stoked for all the new guys and girls who have joined us. Really excited to have you grow and scale your business, sign up your first client, and blow things up. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And also those who saw this and who are part of the automation masterclass, we have a whole bunch of more stuff coming out. I'm going to do some of the automation training to everybody, so that everybody can take advantage of that. But some of the more advanced stuff, I'll save for you guys. All right, so thanks to everyone who joined us again. Until next week, have a great week. Get out there and sell, and I will look to share some new videos throughout by next week with some other cool tips and tricks that you can use to grow your business. Thanks, everyone, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.